Hello everyone and welcome to Mystic Moonstone's weekly angel card reading. Sorry it's a little bit later than usual. The duration for this reading is the 19th through to the 25th. So we pass through the summer solstice on this reading. Okay, let's have a look and see what the cards have in store for us this week. First card we have is Archangel Raphael and it's the card of health. I'm going to leave that there for a moment because I just want to see what the influence is on that one. Archangel Raphael is the master of the healers. He's the one who helps us to connect with our intuition as well. There's lots of lovely green shoots on that, on the card itself, so it can be things either becoming healed and moving forward into good health, or it can mean something else depending on what the card is. And the card we have is the shadow self. So this is about stepping out of the shadows, it's about feeling more healthier within yourself and about feeling more secure about who you are, stepping out of those shadows, using your intuition and just moving forward. Okay, lots of lovely green shoots on that card. It's a really positive card, that Archangel Raphael. Okay, let's go to midweek. It's so hot, it's just amazingly hot, but I'm not going to complain because I love a little bit of sunshine. We have Archangel Ragu and we have conflict resolution. Okay, you may find that it's just personal for you with conflict being resolved, or it could be an inner. And when I say inner, you know, the kind of conflicts that we all go through, that turmoil of maybe not knowing how to move something forward, not knowing what's best for us, maybe knowing what's best for us with regards to our health and not doing it. And it's that kind of inner battle that kind of rages. But when Archangel Ragu comes in around us, he does help. The angel of space clearing. It's time to clear it's time to clear old negative thoughts and feelings. This is what happens when I get hot. Okay, so once again, as I'm saying, you know, I feel this all links in with intuition. It links in with emotional healing, about stepping out of the shadows. Maybe the shadows that have kind of held you back. Maybe you've been afraid to step forward. Maybe you've been lurking in the shadows, maybe through choice, but now is the time to actually step forward. Now is the time to feel revigorated and more healthy, and that it's healthier for you to step out of those shadows. There will be a little bit of an argument going on because if you've been lurking in the shadows for a while, it can be really hard to step forward again. So it's that kind of inner battle, and the influence card that goes with that is about the angel of space clearing. It's about getting rid of all those old negative thoughts, feelings, fears, self-doubts, whatever they are, they're negative. Okay, and they're holding you back, and it's time to cast them off so you can step forward. Okay, let's look to the end of the week. The end of the week we have Archangel Azrael and completion. Now I always say not to panic. Archangel Azrael, yes, is the angel of endings, but he's also the spiritual counsellor who comes in around us when we need a little bit of angelic support and helps us to find a way forward, helps us to find a way. I always say, even though he's the angel of endings, in a way he's also the angel of beginnings, because nothing can begin until something else has ended. And you know, sometimes when we're in a really kind of situation that's not good for us, maybe it's a work situation or something, we need it to come to an end. We need a wake up, we need that kind of angelic nudge to move us forward to our new beginning. So in a way, I don't think we'd have any new beginnings if it wasn't for Archangel Azrael being around creating some endings, some close of chapters and moving forward. Okay, let's have a look at the influence that goes with that. And we have the card of home. I love this card. It always makes me feel safe because it's like it's like angel wings being wrapped around, you know, a tree trunk. And when you think about it, a trunk is so stable. It's security, isn't it? And a tree trunk is one of these things that we love. If you're anybody like me, you love to hug. I know Mel will say that, but when you look at them, you know that they've survived so much. They've seen so much, and they really are a test of time, just like you're a test of time. And even if something feels like it's been negative, like you've been held back, you've been repressed, you've been in those shadows, know that just like a tree, you can come through this, you will come through this, and you know, and you'll lose all your leaves and you'll gain all your leaves, and then you'll have blossom, you know. There's like seasons that come in and go out, and, you know, but you're stable. And, you know, when you look at this lovely card, you know, you have the lovely roots putting down, grounding, you know, just like the root chakra, and then it goes up and you have the lovely branches branching out, which is very much like your crown chakra, which is branching out and drawing in intuition from the world around it, you know, from the universe, whether it be from spirit loved ones, whether it be from your guardian angels, from the angels coming around you, picking up all those little messages, and it's just filtering through down to the root chakra. You know, it just goes through the whole system. And this is what this card is about, really. You know, to me it's very symbolic of oneness. It's very symbolic of being secure, being stable, returning stability, especially after a period of uncertainty. So if you look back on this reading, we have the beginning, we have the health coming in, Archangel Raphael coming in from today, from the beginning of the week, and just helping you to link with your intuition. Just in case you missed that, Mel, this is a recap. And then you have the shadow self, you know, it's like stepping out of the shadows, being ready to move forward. Maybe you've been hiding in the shadows for different reasons. Maybe you've been in a relationship that's made you feel like you've been in the shadows, made you feel quite alone, quite cold. Maybe at work you feel that you've been taken for granted, that nobody's really noticing you, and when that happens we tend to step back. When we feel threatened, we step back. So the middle of the week is the conflict resolution, whether that's with the people around you, whether you actually speak out and say, look, I want to be noticed, whether you resolve a situation, a relationship, or whether you say, come on, pack your bags, I've had enough. You know, it'll be different for each of you, and the readings will resonate with each of you in a different way. But the important thing is, midweek you start to feel the negativity lifting. You start to feel the shadows lifting. Right? It's time to clear old negative thoughts and feelings. You know, they say whatever we feel, whatever we imagine, we can be. And that's a really nice positive way of looking at it. But it's also, when you think about it, if you only ever see the glass as half full, and you only ever see everything as dark and depressing and miserable, it's going to stay that way. Okay, so sometimes, you know, you really have to push yourself through that doubt, and especially now in the current climate we're in, where it feels like everybody's at odds. It feels like there's just so much grief pouring in on a sort of a weekly basis, and it's so easy just to kind of get really negged down and, you know, just see the negativity instead of, I mean, every time you look at one of these situations, whether it's a terrorist attack or the disaster in London, you will also see there are good people. There are people that put themselves out, the firefighters, you know, the not even the professionals really, you know, just even passerby, you know. There's, the world is balanced, and for every evil there's a good. And for every bad, negative person, there's a positive, joyous person. And for every cruel person, there's a kind person. But as human beings, we tend to look in one direction. And I suppose it's really about taking personal responsibility to look in the right direction and to look towards positivity and not negativity. Because if you're only looking for negativity, I guarantee you'll find it. A lot of people that I work with as a professional reader, I see them caught in this trap of negativity after negativity after negativity, and it's almost like, oh, if it can happen, it's going to happen to that person. But sometimes it feels like they're attracting it in because they're so focused on the negative that something really good could walk them past them and they wouldn't notice it. And I think that's the thing. You know, life has ups and downs. You're never going to have a perfect trot of it completely. We all have ups and downs. We all have good and bad. But, you know, there's an old saying, and that's every cloud has a silver lining, but you have to be willing to look for it. And that's the thing. Okay, before I waffle on too much and get in trouble with Mel, Archangel Azrael, the end of the week, coming in. There's a lovely, lovely star on this, and I always say it's like you're being good and given a gold star. It's like they're saying, you know, you've got to the end of something, you've completed something. It could be a personal journey, a journey of transformation, this, looking at these cards. you know, of deciding, okay, I'm not going to be stuck in the shadows of negativity. I am going to make a difference. I'm going to end that and I'm going to step forward. Okay, and then you have the lovely card of home. You know, it's all about putting down roots, it's about branching out, it's about finding your wings, it's about finding love. Whatever is important to you, whatever will make home for you, whatever will make you feel secure. Okay, it's not so much about bricks and mortar, but it's about feeling secure in yourself, feeling at home in yourself. You have to remember, in a way, our body is like a home for the soul, for our spirit. And I think the more joyous we are, the more positive we are, the better a home it must be for our spirit, for our soul. So, you know, that's something worth just thinking about. But as I said, I feel that by the time you get to the end of next week, you'll start to feel a little bit more clarity, a little bit more towards the direction of positivity. Okay, I'm going to end this now. Thank you to everyone who's participated in Mystic. As promised, I have tried to be a little bit more active, and that will continue. Things are kind of settling down this end now, so it'll be a lot easier. Not sure how long I've got battery life on here, and I apologise if my head's cut off or anything else, because I've done this all in my little lonesome. And it's a little bit hard to focus in on yourself when you're this side of the camera. Anyway, love and light to you all. Bye.